Is it in fact that the EFF is run like a dictatorship by its president, commander-in-chief, as well as its deputy?
I'm confused where you take dictatorship from, but...
It's him who says that.
Oh, look, the first thing is that for us, we really feel very good that the internal democratic processes of the EFF seems to cleanse the organization of position mongers. Because how can you sit for 5 years at the highest echelons of the organization, but also sit in its different parliamentary organizations and also, campaign for it? And when you lose the position on an open democratic process where members say, we don't want you to go to parliament anymore, you throw your tantrums and you lie about the organization. Not only do you lie about the organization, you go outside and join a long queue of Stratcom propagandists who have been at pains to try and discredit an alternative that black people have only because they don't agree with our radical policies. So good riddance. We really welcome his resignation, and we want EFF members to be proud that it is a democratic internal process as opposed to the leadership of the EFF that made him not be part of the list of parliament.
So basically, in a nutshell, is that you're saying that he's sour from the fact that he was not included in the candidate list for this incoming dispensation, and also the fact that he was then able to now throw certain issues around the allegations. But you do realize the fact that the reason why you're sitting here is that these allegations that he's making is leveling against the EFF and particularly its leaders are such that they are receiving attention and media attention simply because we are at an election period. So when you say that he's lying, how do we substantiate that so that tomorrow you do not have a different media house calling you and saying, Mbuyiseni, is it true? Because you've made this abundantly clear with evidence to support it that in fact it's not true.
Well, first of all, one of the obvious and clear lies that a competent media practitioner should be able to immediately detect is a claim that our financial statements have not been submitted. That's a matter of public record. Khawula is lying, because how can Parliament, legislatures, the IEC, councils give the EFF money over 5 years without audited financial statements? But number two, this is public information. You can go to Parliament tomorrow and request those documents because you've got the right to access to information. This is a matter of public record. But this is the same script of position mongers. Some of the people who left the EFF 5 years ago claimed the same claims that he's making. And then when financial statements were exposed, the question was, what evidence did you have when you spoke? And now, for him, it's a clear instance of a mythomaniac, because he's cooking things that are actually public truth. He's trying to twist things that are public truth.
Individuals have cooked before, if he is indeed cooking.
But I'm saying, Faith, firstly, one of the clear lies that are in there, which before you go any further, as a competent media practitioner, you ought to know. No, but audited financial statements, that's a matter of public record. They are in Parliament, they're in the IEC. So he's lying, and he wrote those lies there. So I'm here because we're not being helped by competent media, you see. I'm here to insert some competency, because it should have been known by everybody, because these are matters of public record. But secondly...
For you being here, Mbuyiseni, is because this competent media wants to give the right of reply so that we tomorrow write stories about the EFF and say that the EFF is indeed mismanaging funds, and say that the EFF is embroiled in VBS Mutual Bank, which unfortunately for the EFF, particularly around this time, you'd appreciate it. It's a critical time, but you're seeing that this keeps on haunting the EFF and it's refusing to go away. And if you say individuals who are involved in some Stratcom are actually the ones that are propagating this misinformation, then for you, this competent media is making sure that you can set the story straight so that come election, people vote for you on behalf of what you have on merit, not because of rumors that are propagated by people.
Well, the problem, that's precisely why I'm here to do. Firstly, I'm trying to be critical in a very constructive way, that this question hasn't been posed to him. He has been everywhere, But the question has been posed to him, which is a critical question of obvious. It's like if I come here and start saying things that are untrue, which are matter of public record about certain individuals, you can't be complicit. You have to be able to say, no, but they don't wear blue, they wear red. It's obvious. That's an obvious fact. But the other one, obviously, is he says himself in some of the interviews, for example, on Power FM and on EWN, that he doesn't have the evidence. He says himself, I'm saying these things, but I don't have the evidence. And I'm providing evidence to you, to the contrary. The matter of financial statements, audited financial statements of the EFF is public record, not once, not twice, for all the 5 years of the 5th Democratic Parliament. So I think our people should disabuse themselves of and that's why I'm saying, what is eating this guy?
Well,
is that faith there was a conference?
Those statements were not made available to the Central Committee. These are his claims. He's claiming that he does not have those statements.
But I'm saying to you, this is a matter. Firstly, you say they are not there. And you are saying there is financial mismanagement. Yet Parliament has audited by themselves, by independent auditors, financial statements that say there's nothing wrong in the finances of the EFF. Do you think in your right head the Parliament that we troubled so much would continue to give us funds if there was mismanagement in those funds? It wouldn't. Do you think the legislatures that we trouble so much, they are not won by us, they are not ran by us, they are ran by people who are hostile to our ideas? Do you think they would let us receive funds every single quarter without audited financial statements? Obviously not. They get them. They are on the public record. Haola is eaten by an uncontrollable desire to be in Parliament. In a conference of the EFF in Mangaung earlier this year, branches of the EFF met. All our names were put on record, from the commander-in-chief to even the people you won't be able to know if I mention them. The ballot had no less than 1,000 names. 1,000 names, because nominations were open on the floor. Members of the EFF voted, and the top 200 names that they voted for are the names that you take. And the only thing the leadership does in the intervention of those 200 names is a prior agreed rule, which is to put a zebra approach to make sure that there is a gender balance, there is a balance of geography. And if the members of the EFF did not vote for you, don't go out in the public and lie, because lies have short legs, as I've explained.
Okay, fine. So lies have got short legs, but why is it that this rumor, and please indulge me, why is it that this rumor about VBS just refuses to leave the EFF? And we're talking now about being able to put certain issues to bed so that come election, you are not confronted with the same old mantra of, but the EFF and its leaders stole money from VBS and are benefiting from VBS.
We have to stop, all of us, we have a responsibility, Faith. You have a responsibility, the ENC has a responsibility to test rumors. Because people are going to go around all the time defaming people, because they know that they're going to get a platform. We have to be responsible. We have to practice, because our job is the truth. It's not rumors. So when a person speaks, they've got to be pushed to substantiate the things that they say. I'll give you an example. Every time we took on any politician publicly, we have backed up in a case. Just look at all our work in Parliament. If every time they take everything that we do in that Parliament to a court of law, in case they think they are not a majority enough to test the truth, we have won all those cases.
Okay, then back
because we don't open our mail.
We can put this to bed. Let's back this up.
I'm not the one making.
That the EFF
I'm not making
not
claims.
stolen money.
But I'm not the one making those claims. I'm not saying the EFF stole money. I'm telling you that the EFF, by all records that have been published, from Terry Mudau's report to any other record, there's no EFF in those records. It is in the best interest of people who've got an agenda against our ideas, who wish to see us away, who even wish our names to be scrapped from the ballot. It's in their best interest to cast a shadow of doubt on the only organization that speaks proudly, unapologetically for the interest of black people in this country, but in ways that are not in favor of the status quo. Who would love an organization that is winning with just 25 members of parliament in a parliament of 400 people and wins on a radical policy like expropriation of land without compensation, goes directly to say the constitution must be amended? Obviously, everyone is going mad. Now, must I follow in their madness? I'm not. What is madness is going around every day telling lies and at the end believing them to be true.
Well, we're going to leave our conversation there, and I hope that those lies can be proven and substantiated.
The EFF,
so that the electorate, and
the EFF is united.
Actually, does
the EFF is going to the 8th of May. Is going to the 8th of May with the best enthusiasm ever. We will leave no stone unturned. We are not moved, and all our ground forces, we thank them for cleansing us up of a position.
You can stop campaigning now. I think that the people get your message around the EFF.